Hello, my name is Taylor Kyle, and today we're reviewing The Trisect. But before we do, I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about this week, see how you're doing, and basically talk about the crazy stuff that goes on here in the magic community and the world right now. So I'm actually getting ready to move pretty soon. Now I'm not going to tell you where right now. I already do know where I'm going to go, but I'm going to explain more in a future video. But that being said, everything's kind of crazy right now and life is weird, and I'm sure that's the way for all of you. I mean, we just had this whole thing with Illusionist. If any of you have been paying attention and you know what I'm talking about, Illusionist basically took their website down, and it seemed like it was a publicity stunt, which is bizarre. But made a lot of people mad, and I can understand why. Personally, I didn't care too much. It's not like I center my life around Illusionist, but I did notice when they were gone because I looked up their website and, well, it wasn't there, and that was very confusing. Now, that being said, this week is crazy, not just because we just had the elections and everything else that's going on, but, well, we had this whole situation with YouTube. I don't know if any of you noticed that, but YouTube was literally down, which makes me a little bit hesitant to make these videos for a second, right? I went to YouTube, I think it was yesterday, and, or wait, no, it was the night before, and I was just, trying to find a video, and none of the videos were working. And so I tried it on my computer, and it wasn't working. I called my friend, and his thing wasn't working. Apparently, YouTube went down. I have no clue why. I'm actually thinking about doing some research on this, maybe doing a video about that on my other channel, which I do have another channel, which I do about random stuff that I'm interested in. Anyways, that being said, enough about the random nonsense of life. Let's get to the good points that can make this week a whole lot brighter, and that is giveaways. On this channel, we give all sorts of cool giveaways, and of course do awesome reviews, like we're going to get to here in a second. So, how do you join a giveaway? Well, this week, a lucky person named Faust won this by being a part of my email list. So that's all you need to do is be a part of my email list, and by signing up, you automatically get 13 awesome magic tricks that you can learn right then. Now, all you have to do is, of course, click the first link down below. By doing so, it'll take you to a page where you enter your information. As soon as you do, you'll have an email sent to your email account, and when you open up that email, there will be a button that says Confirm Subscription. By clicking on that, it will take you to the awesome 13 magic tricks that you can learn. There's a bunch of coin changes and stuff like that, plus a few awesome card sleights, and, well, I definitely think it's worth your time. There's some unique material in there, that's for sure. Now, that being said, if you like this channel and you like what I do, then be sure to smash that like button and, of course, subscribe while you're at it. Now, let's hop into the Trisect. So, the question is, how good is the Trisect? Well, the Trisect is a pretty good illusion, and here's why. I personally use it, so obviously I know. And if you watch all the big magicians that do stage shows and this type of thing on TV, you'll notice that a lot of them have used this illusion. And the reason why is this. It's portable, it plays well, it gets great reactions, and it's not the most difficult trick in the world to do. Let's talk about how hard it is. Now, with this, you're not going to really need any complex sleight of hand. You're just going to have to understand the basic principles of how it works, and by doing so, it basically self-works on those principles. You're not going to have to do any suspicious activity. That being said, this is super cool, not because it's danger, but because, compared to pretty much any other illusion, you can do this with a spectator. Now, obviously, there's other magic tricks that you can do with a spectator, but I think this illusion stands out because I have performed it many times with a spectator's arm. And the reason why this works so well is for two reasons. One, it's really cool, and people generally don't want to give away the secret, so even if they figure out how it works during the performance, it's not a big deal. But, interestingly enough, with this illusion, because of how people are positioned, and because they're worried about the audience, oftentimes I've had people not even realize how the trick works, mainly because they're not really paying attention that much. They're just worried about the audience. And I know that sounds hard to believe, but I've done it quite a few times, and I was surprised at the number of people who just didn't pay attention. They knew something funny was going on, but they weren't sure exactly what it was. Everything happened so fast. Then when the trick's over, their friend's showing them a video of their arm apparently missing, and they're thinking, okay, how did that work? I wasn't paying attention. So anyways, that's another cool thing about this trick. Now, that being said, the only thing you really have to worry about is the angles. That's right. So the angles pretty much only work first stage. You're not going to perform this at some close-up event. People could see what's going on. The other thing you have to worry about is making sure that you keep it clean, right? Also, I'm going to have to touch it up by giving it a paint job. It's getting a little worn, but that's fine, right? As long as it works, and as long as I don't have to buy a brand new one all the time, we're good, because these things are expensive. Which brings me to the one con that this thing has. I mean, it literally cost me $1,000 to get this secondhand. I wasn't even I was the first person to use it, and I had to pay $1,000. And that tells you something. Here's the thing. There's so many knockoffs of these going around. The thing is, they're actually not that much different than the original version, so it's not terrible if you accidentally buy a knockoff. That being said, the sad part is you don't end up supporting the original creators. I didn't know this as much when I got started in Magic, and I'm not really sure. I think this may possibly be a knockoff. Not sure. But the person I got it from, it was secondhand, so it didn't matter as much. There's no way I could afford the actual, full-on version right off, and I was saying, well, I'm getting it secondhand, big whoop. I understand that it has some damage, which I had to fix up. Now, that being said, now that it fully is functional and works well, hey, it works great, and I've used it for years. It's pretty hard to damage this, and, well, it's a lot of fun. Now, that being said, hopefully you've liked this review. If you'd like to see me perform this trick, I'll leave the second link down below for you to go check that out. I actually have a YouTube video of me performing it. Anyways, thanks for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and if you did, please smash that like button, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, and have a good week.